lore of how I know you, I'm going to spill this tea really fast, and then I have a question for you. I know you from, like, before you knew me, when I worked at Walt Disney World, because I used to hang out in, like, well, let's just say how it is. I used to work for Walt Disney World Entertainment, so I was in, like, the back entertainment break rooms, and we all would sit around and talk, and, like, Instagram was, like, kind of doing its thing, but, like, not really. And there was a post of all of these cosplayers as different Disney princesses dressed in the Leia, what is it called now? The Hut Slayer?
The metal bikini.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they all were the different princesses as them. So it was like Elsa and Belle, and like it was so well done. And you were the Elsa in that photo.
I was the Elsa in that photo.
Yeah. And I, being in the Frozen family, was like looking at this and I was like, why does she not work here? Because she looks so good. Who is this girl? And I don't think I followed you then because it was so hard to like connect the dots of people.
Yeah.
But I never would have guessed that you are a goth girly.
I was a goth girly the whole time. A secret goth girly.
You're like,
yeah.
It totally blew my mind. And I remember the first time we chatted, I was shook by it too.
A lot of people don't expect it because I do tend to do a lot of characters that obviously wear color. And of course in my cosplay wardrobe, it's colorful because I do characters that wear things.
Right.
But my personal wardrobe is all black. So it's always very confusing when people see me like, you know, in a con, in a cosplay, and they're just like, yeah, that's a cosplay. And then I show up later to the afters or whatever in like full like goth, like club wear. And they're like, what's happening?
They're like, wait.
Who are you?
Why am I more intrigued? Like, that's such a good, like, it's not like a marketing tactic, but kind of is, like, to get people to, like, come up to you and be like, I didn't see this coming.
I didn't really even think that this was a possibility.
Marketing tactics, I got you.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that your wardrobe would be all black? Or like when did you start wearing black and knowing that that was going to be your color scheme?
Goodness, I was probably 13.
Whoa!
Yeah, I've been a goth for many years.
Whatever, aren't you like 21?
Oh, cute. Oh my god, I love you so much.
She's 22, guys.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, I'm almost 23. But yeah, no, since I was like 13, I told my dad one day, I was like, I'm gonna be a goth. And he was just like, okay, bro, bet, like, whatever. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna dye my hair black. I had black hair for like 10 years, like so long. Yeah. And yeah, I kept doing it. There was a time period when I worked in the fashion industry that I stopped being like super gothy.
Okay.
But like I always went back to it.
Yeah. You tried something new and then you go back.
I just worked in such a casual environment. I worked for O'Neill, so it was just like surfers and like just like, you know, chill vibes. And I was like,
interesting.
I could wear gray and olive green, I guess. But I got rid of all those clothes after like a year.
You were like, I'm going to try this. And you're like, nope, in the trash.
No,
not my thing.
Gotta go back to black.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I always pictured you with black hair. Like, that's not even a stretch because I see you as Vamp more than I don't. So I'm like, oh, yeah, you have black hair. And then I see you today and I'm like, no, you don't.
No,
I always forget that wigs.
It's orange, you know.
Wigs are a thing.
I did once upon a time have black hair.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't shock me at all. So you're 13, you tell your dad you're going to be a goth girl. Was this like the traditional, like what people say on TikTok where it's like, they thought it was a phase or I'd grow out of it and you're still in it? Is that kind of the trope?
They definitely were just like, she'll be done with this in like 2 years. And joke's on them. I'm not. I'm still here. Only black is my wardrobe, so.
Sends them a photo. And you're like, ta-da.
They know. I show up to every family function just purely in black, and they're always just like a little color every once in a while. I'm like,
I'm good. You're like, thanks.